hello. Good Monday morning. This morning, I want to chat with you about management. That's the word for the week. Management. How are you managing your life? Directing, leading, supervising your life. Are you a good manager of all that God has entrusted to you? Ask yourself that question. Are you a good manager of all that God has entrusted to you? See, God has called each of us to be good stewards of everything that we possess, everything that we have, everything that is attached to us. He has called us to be good stewards over everything. See, it's time for us to shift our thinking from ownership to stewardship because we're just stewards and managers. And God has called us, we are instructed to be good stewards and good managers over everything that we have, everything that we possess. See, when we leave this earth, we can't take anything with us. We can't take anybody with us. So we have to be good stewards and good managers over everything that we have while we're here on earth. And we have a responsibility to properly manage every aspect of our lives, not just one area, not just two areas, but we have a responsibility to properly manage every aspect of our lives. I'm talking about our bodies, our health, our mind, our time, our resources, our businesses, our ministries, our kids, any assets that we have a responsibility to properly manage it. See, management is the key to your next level, to your promotion, to your elevation. Start showing some faithfulness on this level in this season and watch how God begins to elevate you. Show some faithfulness. Be faithful over what you have. Be faithful over what you have been given, over what God has entrusted to you, and watch how promotion comes. Be faithful. Are you faithful with your money? With your time, with your gifts, your talents, your abilities? Are you faithful with your relationships, the connections that God has given you? Are you faithful with your vision, your dreams, and your goals? Are you faithful? See, if you can manage the portion that God has already assigned to you, then He will trust you to manage more. If you can manage the portion that God has already assigned to you, then He will trust you to manage more. Why? Because the word says whoever is faithful in little will be faithful in much. So how does God know if you can handle more? If you will be faithful in more? By watching how you handling what you have right now, by watching your managerial skills right now. That's how He know if you will be faithful over more. If you're faithful, He said, if you're faithful over little, you will be faithful with much. And the reverse of that is true as well. If you're dishonest with little, you will be dishonest with much. See, oftentimes we hear people say, give me more. I want more. Bless me with more. But they're not doing anything with what they already have. What are you doing with what you already have? Okay, you say, I want more gifts. I want more talents. Well, what are you doing with the gifts and talents that you already have? Are you using your gifts and talents to advance the kingdom, to be a light in this world? Are you blessing people, helping your family with your gifts and talents? Or are you using your gifts and talents for evil, for good or for evil? What are you doing with your gifts and talents? Well, I want more kids. Are you managing the kids that you already have? Or are you properly developing them, nurturing them? Well, I want more money and more power. Are you managing the money and power that you already have? Or are you abusing your authority and your power? See, God is watching your faithfulness. He is watching your faithfulness. You have to be a good steward. And remember, God blesses us on levels. If you're managing well on one level, then guess what? He'll elevate you to the next level because you qualify for the next level. Promotion is based on stewardship, not how well you pray or how great you love God and how great you love people. That's good. You love God, you love people. You should love God and love people. But promotion is based on stewardship and how well you manage what you have been given. Are you a good manager or a poor manager? And if you believe that you are a poor manager, then it's time to start working on your managerial skills. And we may all have something, some area that we need to improve in, that we need to manage better. You know, that we need to supervise better in our lives. Well, I think we all have some area that can use some work. So you identify what that area is and start working on your managerial skills. Let me leave you with this word. I'm going to paraphrase it. In Matthew 25, there's a story that's called the parable of the talents. The parable of the talents. Now, a parable is just a natural story that reveals a spiritual lesson, a spiritual truth, a principle. There's a deeper meaning. That's what a parable is. So in this parable, you have this man going on a journey. And before he leaves to go on his journey, he leaves talents or a sum of money with his servants, with 3 of his servants. He leaves talents, a sum of money. And to one, he gave 5 talents. To the other, he gave 2 talents. And to the other one, he gave 1 talent. And the word says, according to their ability. I say their ability to manage. So he gave them talents. So he goes on his journey. He comes back from his journey, from his trip, and he consults with them. He inquires, okay, what have you done with the property I've given you, the money I've given you, the assets? You know, have you been a good manager? Let me see what you have done with what I have given you. And so the one with 5 talents doubled his talents. The one with 2 talents doubled his talents. So the master says, well done, my good and faithful servants. You have been faithful with a few things. So I'm going to make you ruler. I'm going to put you in charge over many more things. Many things. But the one with the 1 talent did nothing with his talent. Nothing. As a matter of fact, the word says he hid it in the ground. So no gain, no profit, no use, no nothing. He did nothing with the talent. He wasn't a good manager. He wasn't a good steward. He didn't take care of the asset, the property, the money that was entrusted to him. So the master says, you wicked and lazy servant. You could at least invested it so we could have some type of profit. You wicked and lazy servant. So he took the 1 talent that he had and gave it to the one that had doubled his 5 talents. He took the 1 little talent that he had and gave it to the one that had doubled his 5 talents. So what is this story saying? What is the spiritual truth? God rewards faithfulness. God rewards faithfulness. See, there's a principle at the end of this parable that says those who manage well what they have been given will be given even more and abundance. But those who do nothing with what they have been given, the little that they have will be taken away. The little that they have will be taken away. So us as people, if we're good stewards and good caretakers over our gifts, our talents, our abilities, our resources, more will be given to us because we're bearing fruit. We're doing something with it. We're putting it to good use. So guess what? God will reward faithfulness. He rewards faithfulness. But if you're doing nothing with your gifts, your talents, your abilities, your resources, with you're not doing anything, then guess what? You have to reap the consequences of that. See, manage what you have already been given so that God can trust you to manage more. Remember, you manage well on one level and God will elevate you to the next level. Management is the key. It's all about management. God rewards faithfulness. He looks at your faithfulness. He that is faithful in the little, the word says, he said, I will make him ruler. I will put him in charge over much. God blesses on levels. He watch how you're managing now to determine whether you qualify to be promoted, to be advanced to the next level. He can't add to your life if you're not. Why should God add to your life and give you more if you're ungrateful for what you already have? If you're not doing anything with what you already have? If you're dishonest or if you're mismanaging what you already have? You can't be mismanaging your kids, your spouse, your health, your body, your mind, mismanaging your gifts, your talents, your abilities, your vision, your dreams, your goals. You mismanaging your business, your ministry, the people. You cannot mismanage and think God is going to add to what you're doing. He's going to add to your life. That just will not happen. So you have to manage, be a good steward over what you have. Don't take it for granted. Put it to use, however small it is. Remember, he gave 1 5 talents, 1 2 1 1. Didn't matter how many they had. Just do something with what you have. Work that thing, whatever it is. Work it, do something, and watch how God begins to add to it. Because he looks at you and say, okay, they're managing the little that they have. They're being good stewards. So I'm going to add more to them because they can handle more. Be faithful in the little, and he'll put you in charge over so much more. Well, I'm out of time. I hope this word blessed you. I hope it encourages you to keep pushing, to search deep within and use your resources, your time, your gifts, your talents to advance the kingdom, to be light in this world, to do good, to bless people, to help people. Do something with what you have been given so God can add to your life, so he can take you on to that next level. And until we meet again, I love you. May the peace of God and the favor of God be with you. Have a good one.